If bedtime feels more stressful than restful, you're definitely not alone. This is the Sleep Circle, where we test sleep tools, explore routines, and share what actually works. I'm Stephanie Hope, and I am a certified sleep science coach and an uncertified sweaty sleeper. Today, we're covering the Brooklyn Bedding Aurora Luxe. I tested the Brooklyn Bedding Aurora Luxe in medium firmness for several weeks as somebody who runs extremely hot, and I'm a combination side and back sleeper. In this review, I'm going to break down the cooling performance, pressure relief, motion transfer, edge support, and whether this mattress is actually worth the price. I also talk about night sweats and overheating, side sleeper comfort, lower back comfort, motion isolation for couples, fitted sheet issues, long-term comfort after breaking it in, and my biggest complaint. If you're considering the Aurora Luxe and you want an honest review from an actual hot sleeper, this is everything I noticed after sleeping on it pretty regularly. If you were someone who wakes up sweaty at night, kicking the blanket off of your feet 17 times, flipping your pillow constantly, or sleeping with the AC blasted directly on your face like you're being refrigerated at a morgue, hi, same. As I mentioned, I'm reviewing the Brooklyn Bedding Aurora Luxe in medium firmness as somebody who is a side and back sleeper, an extremely hot sleeper, and someone who is very picky about pressure relief and cooling. And I have my thoughts because most parts about this mattress really actually impressed me, but there is one thing that did drive me insane. Let's talk about why I wanted a cooling mattress. Before this mattress, I was waking up constantly overheated. I'm talking like dripping in sweat. I also really deal with a lot of pressure buildup around my hips and my shoulders and my lower back, especially because I'm a side sleeper. And if I'm being honest, I am a mom to a toddler, so some nights I maybe do end up sleeping a few hours on my daughter's twin-sized bed in the corner where it barely fits, and that caused me a lot of back pain. So I wanted cooling, pressure relief, and still enough support so I don't feel like I'm being swallowed by the mattress. That's what made me interested in the Aurora Luxe. So let's talk about unboxing and setup. First thing I want to note, the mattress was heavy, so heavy, but this is not abnormal for mattress in a box brands. But it is something that I want to note because if you're somebody who maybe doesn't have the strength to lift a box like this, like me, you definitely are going to need someone there to help you bring the box inside into the right room. The setup itself was very easy. You just unbox it, unroll it, cut the plastic, and basically just watch it inflate. It is very satisfying, but I do want to note that there was a slight off-gassing smell, which again is common with mattresses in a box, but it is something that I want to note. After a few days though, it did kind of clear out. Another thing that I noticed immediately was how tall this mattress is. I mean, I'm literally sitting on it right now. It is over 13 inches and it does have a kind of like substantial hotel bed kind of look to it. So let's talk about first impressions. The very first thing that I thought, like my very first thought when I laid on the mattress was, this is softer than I expected. I have noticed that some cooling mattresses tend to be on the firmer side because they prioritize promoting airflow and responsiveness over comfort. But this mattress in the medium firmness really does feel like a true medium. So basically it has a plushness on top as soon as you sit on it, but there's still a substantial support that you can feel on your body. And surprisingly, it's pretty breathable. I think it's a perfect true medium because it doesn't have that memory foam sinking feeling, but it also does not feel like you're sleeping on a rock. So it's a really good in between. And yes, the cooling surface is immediately noticeable. As soon as you touch it, it does feel cool to the touch. Let's talk about feel and firmness. As I mentioned, it does feel like a true medium, and that means that when I'm laying on my side, I do feel the support that I need without it feeling like it's kind of crushing my shoulder, which happened with our previous mattress. In fact, one symptom you might find in new mattresses that are a little bit firm is your shoulder becoming very sore the next morning. And I did not experience that with this mattress. As a side sleeper, you absolutely will need enough give for your shoulders and hips. But you also need enough support so that your spine doesn't feel like it's twisted. This mattress really balanced that for me. The best way I can describe it is that the mattress feels like it's lightly hugging your body without feeling like you're getting suffocated. I could move around pretty easily, didn't feel stuck, but it contoured all of my pressure points, which felt really comfortable for me. So what about pressure relief? This is part that actually improved over the weeks. While I didn't experience any shoulder pain like I did with my previous mattress, I did have a little bit of hip soreness that I had to kind of get through as the mattress broke in. Right around the 6 to 8 week mark, I feel like the mattress reached its full potential. I started to wake up feeling less stiff, less soreness, and I also repositioned myself less at night. Another thing I noticed that I seriously appreciate, and I still to this day continue to rave about, is that after a night of sleeping for a few hours uncomfortably with my toddler in her bed, I would wake up the next morning in our bed and I would feel significantly less sore. So it almost like cured my soreness from sleeping on my daughter's bed, which it's been really nice to have. Okay, the big question, cooling performance. How was it? Does it actually sleep cool? Well, I would say yes, but with nuance. This is not an ice cold all night kind of solution. The surface feels very cool when you lay down in it, and it definitely stays breathable throughout the night compared to other mattresses. But naturally, after laying in one spot for a while, the area will start to get slightly warm. So it's not actively cooling you. Instead, I would maybe call it more like heat resistant. It's like it prevents that horrible heat trapping that other mattresses can kind of create. I still occasionally wake up sweaty, especially during the hormonal phases of my cycle, but it happens significantly less. I stopped kicking the blanket off of me constantly, and I wake up way less overheated, way less often. My husband noticed it too, which actually confirms that I'm not imagining things. And just to reiterate, I sleep with cotton sheets, an AC blowing directly into my face, and a comforter. So yes, cooling matters a lot to me. Let's talk about motion transfer, because this part surprised me a little bit. While awake, when we were testing the mattress, I absolutely could feel my husband moving on the bed. I could feel when he got into the bed, when he rolled around in the bed, pushing himself off of his arms and adjusting positions. But I do want to note that neither of us in the past 6 to 8 weeks have woken up because of the other one getting out of bed. So while I can feel the movements when I'm awake, they're not really strong enough to actually wake you up. Also, the mattress is completely silent. There's no squeaking, there's no springiness of any coils, basically nothing. Totally silent. Let's talk about my biggest complaint with this mattress, and that is edge support. The edge support of this mattress, to me, is very, very weak. If I sit on the edge of the mattress, it compresses a lot and feels very unstable. In fact, while sleeping on the edge of the mattress, which is typically where I like to sleep, I get a roll off sensation where it literally feels like I'm going to roll off the bed. Because of this, I am naturally scooting myself inward so that I don't feel like I'm gonna fall off the bed, which makes the footprint of our queen size mattress a lot smaller. And it's very obvious how small a queen size mattress can feel. I was hoping that after 8 weeks it was going to improve, but I have not noticed any improvement. It's still pretty weak. So if edge support matters to you, this is not the mattress that I would recommend. I also want to talk about another thing that drives me absolutely bonkers about this mattress, but it is an easy solution. My fitted sheets are constantly slipping off of this mattress. Every few days, my husband and I have to reattach all of the edges of, especially the ones where we sleep on our heads. We have to reattach the fitted sheet back to the mattress. My theory is that the height of the mattress is significantly causing the issue with the fitted sheets not fitting, but also maybe the plushness of the mattress as well, and maybe the way the surface moves slightly. It's not the end of the world, and you can literally fix this with just getting some deeper fitted sheets, but it is something that bugs me so much. So who do I think this mattress is best for? Me. I'm kidding. Well, yes, but also I think this mattress is great for somebody who sleeps extremely hot and can't really afford a very fancy sleep system. Somebody who wants a true medium firm feel. And if you are a side, back, or combination sleeper. I would probably not recommend this for stomach sleepers, but stomach sleepers are a different breed. I know because I used to be one, and I don't think many mattresses can have the proper support for stomach sleeping. So basically, if you like that soft on top but supportive right underneath that kind of feel, this is a fantastic mattress. And if you don't care about edge support. Overall, I think the Aurora Luxe mattress does what it promises, especially surrounding cooling. It's not a magic fix. It's not going to be this like Arctic sleep pod for you to lay on, but it does reduce significant heat buildup and doesn't sleep as warm as other traditional mattresses that I have tested. The pressure relief also significantly improved for me over time. My biggest complaint remains the edge support that really does genuinely frustrate me. But outside of that, I do think it is a solid hybrid mattress that is comfortable, cool, supportive, and surprisingly balanced overall. So if you're a hot sleeper looking for a traditional mattress without spending a ton of money on fancy gadgets, then I do recommend this Brooklyn Bedding Aurora Luxe mattress for you. We're all about better sleep one night at a time. Subscribe to the Sleep Circle and sweet dreams. Bye.